Hi, thank you. Alex here from Mill& Becker. We are an international leading company for 3PL fulfillment services based in Germany and Central of Europe. And I'm here finally to help you to understand a little bit more about pricing structures for different kinds of fulfillment companies and where you need to have bigger attention, because you could definitely fall on some price increasements or really surprisingly price structures that will defeat your business. So let me briefly help you here. So mainly prices, 3PL fulfillment. We will talk about goods receivement, warehousing, of course, pick and pack, packaging, shipment, returns, and additional fees. Let's start with goods receivement. Your goods came into the fulfillment. There you have mostly three positions. It is like the container receivement. You'll be charged for the container unloading for 20 or 40 feet, then plus the palletization, which means €7.90, for example, or per box that is unloaded, palletized and stored finally to the final locations. Then secondly, you will have a full truck load and it will be charged per pallet. And also, of course, if there is no pallet itself that is received, you can be charged by the boxes, or if it's a mixed box, it's normally charged per article. You need to be aware that sometimes you will find a position in the offers that also work on man-hour cost. In this case, I would highly argument you should talk about a binding cost per article or per box, where you can definitely calculate the cost per receivement, because this will be a black box for you. Then secondly, there is a pallet space charge for the warehousing itself. It's normally between 8 to 15 euros or a pallet. Then you have the golden middle charge per volume for the article volume. And there is a third option. You have also the rented space per square meters. I would also don't suggest to use this kind of stuff. It's also could be a black box for you, because you will never understand how many pallets, boxes will be used at the moment for your products. If there is one box on the pallet space, it will be also charged as a full pallet space. So you need to be very aware of this cost. Also, there is like a negative side on it, because you will be rented out of full square meter space, but you'll only have like realistically 20% on it. Definitely not to be recommended from our side. So the middle section, the charging per volume for the article volume, there is where you have all of the security. You know your dimensions per article, you multiply this with the quantity that is stored at the moment at the facility, and you have all transparency for your goods storage fees. The first order comes in. So what is the typical foundation there? We have a cost per order, rate per order, like approximately 80 cents to €1.40. It's the cost per order, plus there is a charge per picked articles from the shelf. So depending also on the weight, the volume itself, is it overlength, oversized? So my suggestions here, give them a regular order of your type and let them calculate the total order cost that you can put into your calculation Excel sheet. Then the packaging. Yeah, of course, the goods now picked from the shelves and now it's a packing stage. We have the varieties of the size of the carton box, or is it 1 wall or 2 wall strong? And then there's also add-ons, especially like I talked already, 1 wall or 2 wall strange. Then the branded tape, of course, sustainable concept. Then you have also inserts in it, like marketing materials, and also the branded packaging itself. What we do also is like we have a sticker put on the carton, or a stamp that we can also print like a black tint on it. That some providers charge also for the sealing, the cushioning extra to close the box. You need to be aware of it. And ideally, I would recommend to have a total cost per package size, also including the cushioning, the sealing itself, because otherwise it will be very intransparent. Then the fifth here, now big attention, because the shipping cost is the main cost, the bulk order cost percentage from the total cost of the fulfillment companies. It depends where you ship to. Of course, in Germany, you have approximately prices from €3.25 to €4.50 for a smaller or a medium package. Then there is add-on charges for international shipping, for example, bulky surcharges. That can be big penalty costs on it, very sensitive ones. Volume surcharges, depending on the carrier you choose. Financial fees from the 3PL, the fulfillment companies. So basically, you'll get an offer with like €3.25 for the shipping costs. Then you'll tell yourself, hey, that's very competitive. But then there is like 15% finance cost from the 3PL providing these prices to you. So be aware of it. And then there's also, of course, like eco or custom surcharges that can be added from the carriers itself. Now we come to returns. Finally, we shipped out the goods, and in some cases, the customers don't like the product or it's broken, whatever, and then the product comes back. So mainly we have the return shipping cost that can be provided, or the customer, the receiver himself will pay the shipping. Then we have an order cost for the receiving of a return order, and then normally it will be charged also plus additionally per article inspected. Then there is additional cost potentially where they refurbish, relabel, repack the goods. I would recommend to have a fixed fee per service and not to be charged per man hour. It's not transparent. The fulfillment company have like a leverage on you to charge cost per cost, and this is really not a healthy relationship then. And finally, overall cost, or besides the operational cost, you have an initial fee for the onboarding, for example. Some companies charge their very high fees for really complex IT structures. I would suggest have a look that is really an e-commerce experienced 3PL company, because then they have plug-and-play connections to the leading ERP or shop marketplaces in German or Europe space. Yeah, so they don't charge any initial fees. It will be a really convenient start for you then. Of course, there's a monthly operational fee. It could be starting with 0, or also normally the premium, really reliable companies charge per month because they want to provide you a really good service. Like, for example, 30 minutes reply on service tickets, phone calls, and you need to imagine this overhead cost need to be anywhere placed. The bigger ones, for example, they charge also minimum quantities or leading penalty fees if you don't overreach a certain amount of orders per month. You need to be very sensitive on this one. So I also don't recommend to give like over increased order volume to get like the best prices. You need to be realistic. Otherwise, there is some companies known that charge you really high penalty fees, and it doesn't make any fun then if you got a contract with them. So let's quickly jump into our offer, how we handle the cost. So this is like a typical customer we onboarded now. You have the quick requirements of his storage space, what product categories, monthly order fee, monthly order volume. Yeah, of course, some marketing communication here, the contact person itself. And then we have a really easy total cost per order here that we can give him as a clear binding cost. Yeah, we have our monthly operational cost that gives like services. For example, we have 30 minutes reply. We have customer service via video calls. We have the insurance for the goods, of course, also inside. We have the video recording of the goods movement in-house. So this is the premium service we offer here for the 99 monthly fee. And then, of course, really easy, minimalistic positions that the customer don't get overwhelmed with anything and can calculate his cost per order or cost per receivement, cost per storage very easily on his own. So, and if you are interested also to have a quicker look how we work, I can send you also this marketing PDF, how we work, how we establish, etc., where we come from, how customers talk about us, our services, the comparison, of course, which connections do we have, and how our order cost structure develops, and contact us if you like. I want also to show you in a quick way how our software stacks runs, that you as an e-commerce shop owner or marketplaces runner can work with 10,000 orders per month without any contact to us as a 3PL provider. Because we have a really good software dashboard that you have all the informations directly on view. The different kind of EANs, the total unit storing, and the resulting cubic meters storage. Then, of course, this app here is, you can enter this one with Google Chrome or with your smartphone also in here. You can look, it's really easy to understand here. The orders, you can look at this and click on the order here, and you will come directly to the DHL tracking link. It's very intuitive to use. And of course, for the communication side, we have the phone calls, and we work with Monday.com as an agile service ticket tool. You have all of your tickets in here. Yeah, really easy in groups. You can have the complete history of one ticket in here, and also with screenshots, etc., etc. It's really easy to understand. We provide really good technical service on this one. We understand how Shopify works, the marketplaces, and there are really experienced people in here working for your service if there is one needed. So happy to meet you in a private call. Visit our website, millerbecker.de, and get on a call with me for a quick 10 minutes to understand if he can help you here in the Europe or German e-commerce business. Thank you very much.